Your gas tank costs more than your phone bill, more than your internet, and in some cases, more than your groceries. But here is the thing nobody tells you. You are not just paying for gas. You are paying for 6 different things every single time you fill up. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what those 6 things are. You will know who is controlling your gas price right now. And you will walk away with 3 things you can do this week to stop overpaying. Oh, and we are going to do some math together. Math that is going to make you genuinely angry. But the good kind of angry. The kind that makes you change something. Let us get into it. Okay, so first things first. Gas prices do not just randomly go up and down. It is not your gas station waking up and thinking, you know what? Let me ruin someone's Tuesday. There is a real system behind it. 6 forces. Every single time. And once you understand them, you will never feel helpless at the pump again. Let us start with the biggest one. Force number 1. Crude oil. Here is something most people do not know. 50 to 60% of what you pay at the pump is just the raw oil itself. Before anyone touches it, before anyone processes it, before anyone ships it anywhere. So when you see oil prices move on the news, your gas price is about to follow. Almost every time. No exceptions. Think of crude oil as the ingredient, and gasoline as the meal. If the ingredient gets expensive, the meal gets expensive too. Pretty simple, right? Good. Because force number 2 is where it gets a little more interesting. Force number 2, refining. Raw crude oil cannot go straight into your car. I mean, you could try, but your car would have some very strong opinions about that. Crude oil has to be processed at a place called a refinery. Think of it like a giant kitchen. It takes the raw ingredient and turns it into something your car can actually use. That process costs money. Roughly 15 to 20 cents extra per gallon. Every gallon. Every time. And here is the sneaky part. Not all crude oil is the same quality. Some is easy to refine. Some is thick, heavy, and stubborn. The harder it is to refine, the more it costs to process, which means more cost passed directly to you at the pump, where you are just trying to get to work. Force number 3, getting it to you. So the oil is refined. Now someone has to move it from the refinery to your local gas station, through pipelines, through tanker trucks, across hundreds or even thousands of miles. Every single stop along that journey adds cost. Then the gas station itself has bills, rent, staff wages, equipment, that flickering light in the bathroom that nobody fixes. Yeah, somebody is paying for that too. All of it adds up to roughly 10 to 15 cents more per gallon. Before you even touch the pump. Force number 4, taxes. And this one, people do not talk about enough. The federal government charges you 18.4 cents per gallon. Every time. That number has not changed since 1993. But here is where your location makes a huge difference. State taxes on top of that vary wildly. If you live in California, you are paying over 68 cents per gallon in state tax alone. If you live in Alaska, 9 cents. Same country. Completely different price. So part of why your gas is expensive might literally just be where you live. Not the oil market. Not OPEC. Just your state government quietly adding to your bill every single week. Force number 5. Supply and demand. This one is simple. More people driving means more people needing gas. More people needing gas means prices go up. This is exactly why gas prices spike every summer. Road trips, vacations, everyone hitting the highway at the same time. More demand, higher price. But here is the flip side. Every year in late September and October, gas prices quietly drop. Summer ends. People drive less. Demand falls. And prices follow. This happens every single year. like clockwork. So if you need to fill up a big tank or take a long trip, plan it for October. Your wallet will thank you. Now, force number 6. This is the one most people have never heard of. And honestly, this one is the most important one on the entire list. It is called OPEC. OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. 13 countries: Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, UAE, Kuwait, and 8 more. Together, these 13 countries control roughly 40% of the world's oil supply, and they meet regularly to decide how much oil the world gets, not how much the world needs, how much the world gets. When they say we are cutting production, the global oil supply drops. When supply drops, prices go up. When they say we are increasing production, supply goes up, and prices come down. This is not a theory. This is publicly announced policy. That moves your gas price within days of their meetings. One announcement from a room full of people in another country, and you are paying 30 cents more per gallon by Friday. Let that sink in for a second. Okay, now we need to talk about something the oil industry really, really hopes you never calculate. You ready? Let us do some math. Do not worry. It is easy math. The average American drives about 15,000 miles per year. The average car gets about 28 miles per gallon. That means you need roughly 535 gallons of gas per year. At $4 per gallon, that is $2,140 per year, just on gas. At $5 per gallon, $2,675. Now here is where it gets real. Over 10 years, at an average of $4.50 per gallon, you will spend over $24,000 on gasoline. Do you know what $24,000 is? That is a down payment on an investment property. That is a fully stocked emergency fund with money left over. That is money invested in an index fund that could double in 10 years. Instead, it went into a tank. That empties. Every single week. I am not saying this to make you feel bad. I am saying this so you understand. This is not a small expense. This is one of the biggest drains on your money that you probably never calculated. Until right now. But wait, there is one more thing. Have you ever noticed that gas prices shoot up overnight when oil prices rise, but take forever to come back down? That is not an accident. It has a name. The rockets and feathers effect. Prices go up like a rocket, but come down like a feather, floating, slowly, while your wallet waits. Gas stations raise prices immediately when their costs go up, but lower them slowly to protect their profit margins on the way down, every single time. And it costs the average driver between $100 and $200 a year, just from this one pricing trick that you never knew had a name until just now. So what can you actually do about all of this? You cannot call OPEC. Trust me, they will not pick up. But here is what you can control. Number 1. Use GasBuddy or Waze. Both apps show you real-time gas prices near you right now. The cheapest station within 5 miles of you is almost always 15 to 30 cents cheaper than the most expensive one. On a 16-gallon tank, that is $2 to $5 saved per fill-up. Over a year, that is up to $260 back in your pocket. For doing literally nothing different. Just downloading a free app. Number 2. Fill up on Mondays or Tuesdays. Gas stations adjust their prices every Wednesday and Thursday ahead of the weekend rush. Monday and Tuesday are consistently the cheapest days to fill up. Same gas. Cheaper price. Different day. That is it. Number 3. Use a cashback card for gas. Several credit cards give you 3 to 5% cashback on gas purchases. On $2,000 of annual fuel spending, that is $60 to $100 back per year for swiping a different card. Number 4. Think about fuel economy next time you buy a car. Going from 22 miles per gallon to 35 miles per gallon. saves the average driver over $600 per year. Over 5 years of ownership, $3,000. Invested at 7% over 20 years, that becomes over $11,000 from just picking a more efficient car. So here is what you now know that most people do not. Gas prices are controlled by 6 specific forces: crude oil, refining, distribution, taxes, supply and demand, and OPEC. Your location affects your price more than you think. October is your cheapest month to fill up, every year. And over 10 years, gas will cost you over $24,000, unless you start doing something different. The pump is not random. It is a system. And now, you understand how that system works better than most adults in this country. If this just saved you money, you did not even know you were losing. Subscribe for more. Every week we break down the money systems that quietly drain your wallet, so you can keep more of what you actually earn. See you next week.